I'm a fish boy who skates for Team X Blades with a leprechaun who plays basketball. Come to my smart house, meet my alien sister. Don't come hungry because I'll bet my mom can't cook. Hi everyone and welcome to Mum Can't Cook, a DCOM podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Andy Farrant, and a monster couldn't be under my bed because it's all clever storage down there.
I'm the other host, Luke Westerway. Do you not think a monster could hide in a drawer?
I don't see how. It's full of shoes.
A small monster easily could. Think of a gremlin. Think of a cat, an angry cat, like a monstrous cat.
Okay, well I hope he can breathe inside shoes, because that's what's in there.
Breathe inside shoes? He's eating your shoes, Andy.
Actually, you know what? I've not been in there for a while. It could be just full of dead monsters inside shoes.
Yeah. You know what you need is one of those floor beds.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then you'd get very flat monsters under it.
Oh, that's even worse. Yeah, ones that would sort of slide out like a thin disc.
Yes, like a thin monster disc.
Yeah.
And then they extend.
Yeah. Or they don't.
Like
they just sort of lie on you like a big flat CD-ROM.
They just sort of, like a big flesh quilt.
Yeah.
They just sort of drape themselves over you, and what then?
Yeah. Anyway, sweet dreams.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, that horrifying mental image that we just put in your head is considerably less frightening than the Disney Channel original movie that we're going to talk about today, which is Don't Look Under the Bed. Shall we?
Sorry.
Shall we? Let's have the promo.
Yeah, why not?
What if your town suddenly turns strange?
Why is that dog on the roof?
What if everyone thought it was your fault?
Frances, do you have any knowledge about Mr. Kepler's car being vandalized?
No!
Don't forget the gelatin in the swimming pool.
No!
What if you knew what was really behind it?
It was the Boogeyman!
So, leave the light on. Keep the door open.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
And whatever you do,
Well, there's nothing living under my bed.
Have you looked lately?
And Friday, come out and play.
don't look under the bed. Don't miss the Saturday premiere, Saturday at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Magical World of Disney.
Okay.
Because people keep all sorts under their beds.
They do.
You know.
Yeah. Just don't look under there.
There's all sorts of reasons not to look under someone's bed.
Yeah, you know what? Just don't look.
Just don't look under the bed.
Just don't look under the bed.
What's the best case scenario that you're going to find looking under someone's bed?
That is such a good point. There is no...
There's never a reason.
Nothing good can come of it.
Yeah,
Nothing
never
good.
a reason.
The only knowledge you could gain is knowledge you would not want.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Including but not limited to monsters are under there.
Literally a cursed Pandora's box.
Yeah. Okay. This was an interesting watch for me.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get this out the way now.
Right.
Okay. Don't Look Under the Bed
Yeah.
is not my favourite DCOM,
No.
but I think it is probably the best one.
Ooh.
I think this is the best Disney Channel original movie. Like,
interesting.
like
I tell you, okay, so
Brink is my
Brink,
favourite.
obviously, yes.
Motocross is my favourite. I think this is the best film.
Like, it's immediately obvious that it feels higher budget
Yeah.
than, like, all the others that we've watched.
But I don't know if it is higher budget or if it's just better or if it's just, like, money better spent. I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah. I think, like, I don't think the core of the story is very good, but it takes them ages to get there.
Yes.
And then it's kind of stupid when they do, but the core of the story is very good.
Yeah, the core of the story is brilliant. And actually, like, I was sort of half enraged and half in love with the fact that you genuinely get 45 minutes into this film before you find out what the film is about.
Yeah, but that's kind of frustrating though, right? It's just events with no kind of directional purpose.
It is frustrating, but all of the events in the first 45 minutes are, like, intoxicating. Like, they're so weird and everything has this bizarre vibe. I think tonally, it feels very, very much like they were aiming for like Edward Scissorhands is the film that just is in my mind when I watch it. It's got a lot of like that sort of era Tim Burton influence, I think. A lot like Beetlejuice feels very sort of strongly in this film's kind of DNA. But these are flattering comparisons, I think.
So a lot of like the shots and the events in this film reminded me of nothing so much as a Nightmare on Elm Street film.
Oh, okay. Yes. I can absolutely see that, especially in the camera work.
Yeah. And the sort of like unreality bleeding into reality thing that happens a lot in Nightmare on Elm Street. And
again, the thing that was making me think of Edward Scissorhands, this idea, like the kind of nightmare suburbia, which is just a trope that like every time there's a film with a nightmare suburbia, I always enjoy it. Like something beneath the surface of a
seemingly perfect community, with darkness at its heart.
Yeah, this the other thing that's amazing about this movie is just the context surrounding it. So I find it genuinely odd that this movie, I think if this movie had been released in theatres, it would be a huge cult hit today. And I know it obviously has a following, as do many DCOMs, but like I really think this would be sort of just part of pop culture if it had ever got a cinematic release.
Like Gremlins or that Fred Savage movie, Little Monsters.
Yeah. So it premiered on the Disney Channel in 1999. It was the second DCOM to receive a TV PG rating due to its scary scenes.
Yeah.
And what's amazing about it is, and we can kind of get into this when we finish talking about it, was like, the director has said since that they tried very hard to make the film scary, but not too scary. But once it started airing, the Disney Channel started getting like complaints and like angry letters from parents, and basically the Disney Channel stopped airing it because it's too frightening.
Yeah, I mean, so like conceptually, it's kind of like spooky, funny, scary.
Yeah,
most of the time.
Yes,
but like the the makeup department and the prosthetic effects department just went way too hard.
They went ham.
They went so hard.
And also there are quite a few proper jump scares.
Yeah.
Like just full on something horrible happening very suddenly and quickly with a big musical like duh! And like everyone's screaming.
Yeah, it does. I mean, it generally like follows that up with the character Larry doing something wacky and fun. But it's just like, oh, what was that? And he's like, hey, everyone, look at me, I'm doing a dance. And you're like, oh, okay, that's good. Oh God, there's another. It's real. It's all like you're back and forth. The whiplash from this movie.
Yeah,
it's real.
But that's the. I think that's the other thing I like. At the heart of this movie, it's kind of like a two-hander between the character of Frances, who's the main character, played by Erin Chambers, and the implausibly named Larry Houdini.
Played
by Eric Ty Hodges II. Yeah. And I think I really, really like... I just think they're both doing a tremendous job. And they're both very likable. And especially like when you think about what like the character of Larry is and how wrong it could have gone. Like, it's like, imagine if someone was like, do a bit like the genie from Aladdin, but you're not Robin Williams and don't have his like stock of talent and charisma. So
or the Drop Dead Fred with Rick Mayall. Another kind of along the same lines. You need to be like incredibly charismatic to pull off this kind of role.
Yeah, and I do think think these performances are really good.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's I think one of the reasons I want to say all this is because I'm worried that when we talk about this movie, it's not going to be very funny.
Yeah.
Because this movie is, like, good. It's accidentally good. But it is also very funny to me that they made this film too frightening. And, like, all the way through, there's just constant things that are just way too frightening for a kid.
It's one of those things where you could just, like, you could rescore it with the soundtrack from, like, Hereditary or something, and it would be properly a horror film.
Well, I mean, I'm not even sure that you need to, because like so the music is really good in this film, and this is the last thing I say. We will get into the recap, I promise. But the music, I looked this up. It's Daniel Licht, who was the composer on Dexter, the TV show,
right? Okay,
which obviously has a kind of very sort of creepy score. Also was the Silent Hill video game series main composer.
Oh my God.
For like a stretch of that series history, and scored both Dishonored games. So
so he's bringing that energy to this.
Yes, he's bringing that sort of. I mean,
Disney Channel.
Yeah, if you're not big into video games, you just need to know that those ones are like messed up.
Right.
They have weird stuff going on in them and odd, uncomfortable vibes.
Okay, so this film, Don't Look Under the Bed, it's set in a town called Middleburg.
Yes.
We're being told about this by the narrator, a 14-year-old girl called Frances Bacon McCausland. She says that Middleburg is a middle-sized town in the middle of the country, but in my dreams it felt like someplace else, familiar but strange. So she's like dreaming while she's narrating this.
So as we get these shots of Frances dreaming, it's sort of intercut with footage of Gothic architecture from around the town. The way it's shot sort of is implying that you're getting the point of view of a monster sort of creeping around. We hear like sinister chuckling, and we see the town's clock start spinning rapidly forwards in time.
Yeah, in Fran's room, the shadow of a clawed hand moves across the room towards her. Her digital clock starts, like, advancing super fast.
We're about 45 seconds in, and it's too scary.
Well, and then one of the dolls, the porcelain dolls on her shelf, turns to look at her.
Yes, in something that's going to become a motif throughout the film, inanimate faces in the background just turning to follow Frances.
It's so scary. It's like the scariest thing that could possibly happen. It's like dolls, just like Annabelle 2.
Yeah, but it's not. But as well, it's like Annabelle 2. But if also behind Annabelle there was this like clawed shadow creeping along the ceiling to kill you.
Oh, God, Freddy Krueger's glove coming out from.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's got a real Krueger claw vibe. So an alarm goes off, and we see two parents wake up. And back in Frances's room, the creepy shadow is now the shadow of a sleepy mom, who is sort of opening the door and saying, "Get up, time to get up, honey."
The dad is played by Stephen Tobolowsky, who you might know as the guy in Groundhog Day who keeps stepping in a puddle.
Yes, is he called Ned or something?
Needle Nose Ned, Ned the Head.
Yeah. And the mom is played by Robin Riker, who is Brink's mom.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so there you go. So Frances is sort of struggling to wake up. She says, still in voiceover, that morning I was extremely tired. Then the whole family is up. We get a scene kind of around the dinner table downstairs. The whole family's still up, but it's dark outside.
Well, they've all been woken up by the alarm. They're exhausted, and they're like, "Oh, it feels so early, and it's dark out, but yet all the clocks say it's 7, so it must be 7."
Yeah,
I don't know.
Which, I mean, makes sense. What can you do apart from check all the clocks?
Oh, if all the clocks, but I mean, I don't know.
I'd assume it was a weather event.
Yeah,
or like Eternal Night had come on,
or I was in a dreamscape and Freddy Krueger was about to eviscerate me with his claw hand.
This scene makes my stomach lurch. It makes me feel like, you know that particular feeling when your alarm wakes you up at 4 a.m. to go to the airport or like go on holiday, and it's like you just feel all wrong. It's like you're already jet lagged from the moment you wake up. That's what this scene is like.
Like powerfully unable to get out of bed.
There's something about watching a family like eat cereal around a breakfast table in the middle of the night that is like a powerfully unwholesome visual.
Deeply unwholesome. Yeah. Well, they're all just like arguing and bickering with each other.
Yeah.
The mum notices that there were 24 eggs in the fridge last night, and now there aren't any. So
yes,
that's very mysterious.
So we meet other members of the family as well as mum and dad. Frances has two brothers, one older, one younger. The older one is called Bert. He's going to have very little impact on the story. And the younger one is called Darwin, who is going to have a much more prominent role.
Yeah. I'm the one they blame for everything, says Bert, the older brother. That's because you have so much pent-up aggression, says Frances. I do not, he screams, and makes himself large. The dad walks back in. He's been on the Naval Observatory website to check the time.
Yeah, he's been on the internet to look at what the time is. And he drops the bombshell that it's 4:23 a.m. That's right. Every clock in the house is 3 hours wrong. Yeah. So the family, confused, they all go back to bed. But Frances can't get back to sleep. In voiceover, she's musing that there must be a logical explanation for this. And then we get a shot of the roof of the house.
Yeah.
We see a clawed foot poking through an old and tattered shoe. An equally clawed and horrible hand in what seems to be sort of ragged Regency dress. It is also seen tearing open a big bag of dog food.
So scary.
Yeah, so scary.
It drags a jagged claw in an X through this bag of dog treats.
Do you know? Have you seen Interview with the Vampire?
Of course.
Right. So you know at the end.
Oh God!
When they find like the eviscerated remains of Tom Cruise's Lestat,
the vampire Lestat.
Yeah, like so he's kind of in this Regency dress, but like not. He's been like starving and like eating rats for hundreds of years.
So that's what's on Frances's roof right now, kids.
Yeah. A delicious dog biscuit is dangled on a piece of string over a little white dog.
Yes.
And we hear a sinister voice say, "That's it, come here."
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Come here. Come here.
You can hear from that clip that this film is too frightening, I think.
Yeah, way too frightening. Yeah. So yeah, the next day, Frances is explaining that she skipped a grade at school because she doesn't think you should waste a lot of time growing up. She meets her friend Joanne. She wants to know why Frances isn't taking the bus. And Frances explains that no one takes the bus to high school. It's just for children and stupid babies.
Yeah. Frances skipped a grade. All this scene setting is very effectively, I would say, just giving us an impression of her character. Mm-hmm. She is... I don't want to say lacking imagination, but she doesn't like childish things.
Yeah.
She likes science, she likes rational things, and she's very, very smart. And that's obviously been recognised by her being like skipped up a grade.
Yeah. So talking to Joanne, it seems that Joanne and everyone in the neighbourhood, all their clocks were 3 hours off. They think that's weird. But then they notice a dog on the roof. And then another one. That's right. Every roof has a dog on it.
Yeah. The camera pans across several dogs on several roofs.
They look at these dogs and they go, "Whoa, dogs on the roof." And then they do nothing about it. They then go to school.
No. To be fair to Frances, what would you do? If you're just walking down, if you're walking down and you see a
call
dog,
animal control?
Yeah, but like, if there's a dog on every roof,
yeah,
we call animal control and say there's a dog on every roof.
Well, I think they'd probably want to know.
I think their phone's going to be. I don't think they're going to answer. They'll be like, "Yeah, we know."
That's a whole deal. Oh yeah, no, get a ladder maybe and get the dogs down.
There's nothing wrong with a dog being on the roof. There's nothing inherently.
There's nothing wrong with. What do you mean? There's nothing wrong with a dog being on a roof?
There's nothing inherently wrong with a dog on the roof. Like, it's okay up there, isn't it? Like, if it's got food and water, they're like, why can't a dog be on the roof?
Because ledges and it will fall and die.
Well,
it'll burst on the sidewalk.
Well, yeah, but can't we trust the dog to? What happened to personal responsibility? Can't we trust a dog to look over the edge and go, "I'm not going to jump off that and burst"?
But it can't get down. How are you going to feed a dog on the roof?
Well, I can't get. Well, how did it get up?
It was fished. I don't know. Apparently, it was fished up there by some starving vampire.
Yeah, but if you don't know about a starving vampire, I would see a dog on the roof and be like, "Well, if it got up, it can get down."
How did it fish it up?
Well,
some of these dogs are massive.
I think at the point where the dog clamped its jaws around the biscuit and then the biscuit was sort of pulled upwards, most dogs would be like, "Actually, no.
I might let go."
I might let go.
All right, how are you feeding your roof dog then?
Well, I'm not saying that...
Are you going to punt some kibble up the chimney?
I'm not saying a dog should live on the roof.
Well, it sounds to me like you are.
I'm just saying, if I walked past a house, several houses, and there were dogs on roofs, I don't know. I'm not sure I would take action. I think that's really weird. But I'm not.
All right. What if they were babies?
If they were human babies on the roof?
Yeah. Well then
I'd call animal control.
Oh, okay. Right. I see. I see how it is.
And I'd say I'd say, listen, a baby's an animal.
Yeah.
So I've got you. You have to come help these babies.
You have to come down here with like a big net.
Yeah. Okay. Look. I recant. Don't put your dog on the roof. I think it's bad for a dog to be on a roof.
Yeah. Oh, your team, whatever this evil thing is, you're like, I think it's good what it did.
Yep.
So just mark that down.
I unilaterally approve of all of its actions.
So audience, just bear that in mind in future when you're
considering Luke's character. So they're off to school. She's at high school now. She's 14. She's at high school. I don't understand how American schools work. I feel like you go to high school earlier than that, but that's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
She's walking along talking to Joanne when suddenly she sees a cool guy in shades and a Hawaiian shirt sitting on a rock. He takes the shades off and is like, eh.
Yeah, he kind of he raises his eyebrows in a sort of almost flirtatious manner.
Yeah.
Why is that guy staring at us?
What guy?
Well, he was just right there.
Okay, Francis. I gotta get going, but I'll see you here after school, okay?
So Francis goes into the school. This guy is not there anymore. He's sort of vanished. But as she walks into the school, he's sitting on the sort of arch over the doorway, watching her go in. She goes to Mr. Kepler's biology class. He's teaching about chicken embryos. He says eggs are good, and then we smash cut to 1,000 eggs landing on his beloved car.
Yeah. So yeah, his car is bombarded by hundreds of eggs amid insistent disembodied laughing.
Mm-hmm.
The note I have here is it's like this script is written by a word randomizer. You know, it's like 1,000 eggs fall on car.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so...
Well, like fridge poetry. 1,000 eggs fall on... What have we got here? Car. All right. Now, there's a scene.
You might be thinking that this mystery boy who keeps vanishing is involved, but we also get a shot of the mystery boy like jogging across the roof of the school and seeing the egg-covered car and looking dismayed. So
he looks at 1,000 empty egg cartons and sort of like nods thoughtfully to himself.
Yeah, and you're like, what is this film? What the hell is going on?
So back in the class, Mr. Kepler says, "That's the wonder of the egg," unaware that his opinion on eggs is about to drastically go down.
Yeah. Oh, you like eggs, do you, Kepler?
Well, yes.
Have 1,000 of them on your car.
I thought you'd like it all over your car.
You're always talking about how good eggs are.
Yeah.
You presumably have no trouble with any amount of them.
So Francis is like, I've been collecting statistical data on everyone whose clocks were wrong.
Yep.
And she sort of hands over this list of like names and addresses of all the students.
Yeah, she's been like digging into what happened. She wants to find the rational explanation.
But so the teacher is looking through this, and we have a shot of Frances sat at her desk, and she's in focus, and the background of the scene is out of focus. But there's a taxidermied bird sat on a shelf.
Like a raven.
Yeah, like a raven. So you can tell from the shape what it is. It's not in focus, but then its wings move.
Yeah. It sort of flexes its wings and caws.
Yeah. And then an anatomical skeleton sort of turns its head to look at Frances. It's like, okay, so have you seen the recent It movie?
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff in the background of scenes in that where people will like turn and look at the characters and they'll just have like a rictus grin on their face. And that's how you know it's like Pennywise the clown is sort of watching the children. It's not the focus of the scene. You can only catch it on rewatches. Yeah. But it's like unbelievably effective horror technique.
Yes.
And they're using it here in this Disney Channel original movie.
Yeah. Just like so much stuff is just sort of happening subtly in the background. The Netflix haunting of Hill House as well had like loads of that sort of like just messed up stuff happening like very subtly in the background.
Oh, so creepy.
So then, in one of the most striking shots in any film I've ever seen, the camera sort of like smashes to Frances's POV, and she notices the mystery boy again. He stood right there in class, kind of at the front of the classroom. He stood behind one of those like big sort of life-size anatomy models, like a sort of cross-section of a human showing the musculature and stuff. But one because it's a cross-section, there's only half of it. It's sort of divided like vertically. You know what I mean. You can picture.
Yeah, it's got half a head, so you can see half of the anatomical model's head, and then the other half is his head standing behind it.
Yeah, and he's just sort of just staring with an intent expression, and there's a sort of like zoom on it. She obviously does a double take. When she looks back, he's gone. It's just the anatomical model.
Yeah.
He's got different clothes on than he had before, though.
He's got different sunglasses on every time you see him.
Yeah, new sunglasses every scene.
Yeah.
Mr. Kepler notices that Frances was staring into space and is not pleased, but not nearly as unhappy as he is later when he goes outside and finds his egged car.
Yeah, when he discovers the ruins of his car.
Yeah, the eggy ruin.
Who did this, he says, and Frances is sort of staring at his car.
Yeah.
And he thinks that maybe she knows something about it. Meanwhile, the guy with shades has a dog also in shades. He's on the roof. Everyone is starting to get their dogs down from these roofs.
Yeah.
But he's up there with a dog and no one seems to be able to see him.
Yes. What the hell is going on?
So Joanne offers her theory on how the dogs got up onto the roof.
Yep.
She says, what if a helicopter flew over so low that the dogs thought they could catch it? That's logical, she says. So Joanne has offered this theory.
Thanks for playing, Joanne. And you won't skip to grade, you say?
Yeah.
That's amazing. It could happen. So while they're having this chat, Bert, the big brother, cycles past, and Jo confesses to Frances that she has a crush on Bert.
That's right.
We get a bit of mysterious backstory. We're not really sure what it means, though, because Jo says, I think it's really brave what Bert did for your little brother. Mm-hmm. And Frances says, dismissively, all he did was lie there.
Yeah. So Bert donated something to his younger brother,
yes.
Darwin. Frances looks across the street and sees Sunglasses Guy again.
Are you following me? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
You can see me?
Well, yeah.
So a bus drives past and suddenly this figure is gone.
Mm.
We get a scene now where Frances narrates about the strange things that are happening all over Middleburg. Someone put gelatin in the school swimming pool. A person dived in and got stuck with their legs sticking out. Surely they died. There's no way.
Also, when you see this wide shot of the pool, it's a very odd kind of CGI green screen thing with these legs sort of poking out.
Mm-hmm.
The pool, it's not just like gelatin in the pool. It's like it's bright red jelly.
It's a red, like blood-coloured, fleshy gelatin.
You would have to walk up to the diving board, look at the pool and go, it's a solid block of jelly today. Best dive anyway.
Head first.
Maybe coach is testing our resolve.
Yeah, better fill my lungs with this jelly. A colony of bees colonise the principal's office. We see him being attacked and stung to death.
Yep. The school bus has been filled with water, and there's a pretty awesome effects shot of someone like opening the door to the school bus and just like a load of like water pouring out. And the letter B, has been graffitied.
The letter B has been graffitied all over town on every wall and roof. It's the letter B.
It's
everywhere.
on shoes. It's on people's bags. It's on walls.
Nobody knew who was responsible or who to blame.
But they wanted to blame somebody.
Yeah, another doll turns and looks at Frances.
At this point, like, we're about 15 minutes in, runtime-wise, and you haven't even been given the whiff of what the plot of this film is.
What on earth is going on? Frances is tossing and turning in her sleep. We see outside strange feet and clawed hands planting flowers. Franny, it says.
Yeah, while digging in the garden with a trowel.
Freddy Krueger-ass thing out there in the street.
So Franny wakes in a sort of panic. The next morning when she heads downstairs, a bust on a dresser turns to watch her pass, and the camera just sort of freely tilts on its axis. It just kind of like, when weird stuff happens, the camera just sort of starts to spin, not horizontally, but like
Dutch angle.
Yeah, like into a kind of Dutch angle, like I want to say like the Z axis? I don't know. But it's like, it's really unsettling.
Really destabilizing for the audience. The family are all in the kitchen discussing these pranks that have been happening. They think it must be a kid at school. And then Dad notices that all the gelatin is gone from the cupboard. He was going to make his wiggly fruit thing for dinner tonight.
Yeah, this is another thing that I think is very effective horror about this movie. And this is the thing that really, really feels sort of like Tim Burton-y to me, is that the mom and dad are not warm and loving. They are extremely weird and sort of like alienated from all. Every adult figure is odd, behaves oddly, talks weirdly. When the dad says that he was going to make his wiggly worm thing, he's holding an enormous kitchen knife and is just sort of like slowly advancing towards Frances as he says this. It's like, it's really threatening. It's not like he's not a DCOM dad. You know, this isn't like the mom can't cook. This is like the parents just sort of like drift around, turning their head to look at Frances and like
pod people.
Pod people is exactly it. Yes.
It's so unsettling. Yeah. We cut to the outside of the house. Joanne is there, and she says to Frances, "How could you do this?" And we pan out to see that plants have been planted on the front lawn to spell out Joe Hart's Bert.
Yes.
Joanne is distraught. Frances says, "I didn't do it." And she's like, "You're the only one who knew." And she runs off.
So it seems like, and thank God at this point, something you can sort of hold on to as the viewer is emerging. And it's that magical pranks are happening all over town, and whoever is behind them seems to be going out of their way to get Frances in particular in trouble.
But before you can think about that too much, the family's mailbox, which has a pig's head on it, turns to look at Frances and slowly opens. She sort of spins to look at it, and it's back to normal. It's so freaking weird and unsettling
creepy.
And scary.
It like the head just sort of like, because the head is the door, the little door.
The flap of the thing.
So the head just sort of like hinges off. Man. So, oh my God. And then Frances goes to school. And when Frances gets to school, she walks up to it and every other kid outside is frozen on the spot.
Yeah.
Like they are just frozen in the middle of all of their sort of normal actions, totally silent. Frances walks among them, looking at them, and then suddenly the bell rings and they all at the same moment start moving. And it is really weird.
It's really effective and really scary. Like this. So this isn't what the film is about. But if this was a film about a girl having a psychotic break, it would not change. It would be the same film.
Masterfully done. It also, a lot of the things that we're describing now, when you do know ultimately what's going on, they still don't really come especially into focus. Like, it doesn't really make sense ultimately with the plot why this thing with all the kids frozen on the spot happens, but it's effective. I feel like they had the idea, thought, that really messed them up. Yeah. When they get home, crack open
these
their
kids have had it too good for too long.
Too good for too long.
Yeah.
It's 1999. It's time these kids grew up.
You're coddling these kids.
You're coddling them.
You need to give them a hard dose of reality.
Are they going to be ready for the millennium bug when it rears its ugly head? I don't think so. Time to toughen up.
Okay, I've just got back from a meeting. We don't have the rights to show Hellraiser on the Disney Channel. But what if we made our own film?
But I do have $50 in 24 hours.
I do have a load of porcelain dolls. And a Freddy Krueger glove.
For reasons I don't want to get into, I've broken all the heads off, but it means they spin.
So in school, the letter B is graffitied onto all the lockers except for Frances's. And everyone's talking about how she must be the one who did it. And she's like, it can't possibly have been me, she says. It doesn't prove anything. She opens her locker and there is a B on the inside of the door.
Inside of the door. It's proof. Behind her, a tiger statue growls and its eyes glow purple. Because
all the Disney Channel viewers' bladders freely release. Shouldn't have drunk all that Sunny D.
No, you shouldn't. Look, it's 1999. The Matrix is coming out.
Yeah.
Things are about to change. It's the millennium, kids.
They're at lunch. At lunch, another kid walks up. He looks about 20. He's got a receding hairline. Like all the kids in this movie.
Yeah.
The actor playing Francis, who is supposed to be 14, is 20. This guy looks like in his late 20s, maybe even early 30s. He's supposed to be a high school kid.
Yeah. But here's the thing. The rest of this film is so competently put together that normally in a DCOM I would laugh about that and say, haha, what terrible casting. Here I'm wondering if it's a deliberate directorial choice to unsettle and unnerve the viewer.
Why are all these adults in high school?
It's a
David Lynch style choice to deliberately wrong foot the audience.
Yes.
It's just a high school full of elderly people.
So this other kid is asking her, hey, Frances, why did you do it? Frances is getting really annoyed at this point. And then across the lunchroom, she sees the mystery boy again. He's now in an impossibly cool, sharp suit. She charges over to confront him.
Aren't you going to run away this time?
I didn't really run away.
Yes, you did.
I just needed some space to reevaluate the situation. I didn't know you could see me.
Why wouldn't I be able to see you?
Nobody else can?
Yeah, right.
All right.
Hey, Bert, give me $1.
Well, that's stealing, you know.
Well, he knows he shouldn't eat this stuff. It makes his face break out.
Well, what's your name anyway?
Houdini. Larry Houdini.
Yeah, so this Larry Houdini character isn't a real person. He says he's an imaginary friend. And Francis says, well, I don't have an imaginary friend. And he's like, who said I was your imaginary friend, loser?
Yeah. While he has this conversation, by the way, Larry is bent over backwards in bridge pose.
Mm-hmm. Like Regan from The Exorcist running down the stairs.
Yes. Yeah, right. So Francis walks off in annoyed confusion. And Larry follows, saying that he thinks he must have been sent here to help her.
He's dressed as Sherlock Holmes now. It's not important, but just so you know.
Yeah, just so you know. Almost every time you see... Should we mention... Yeah, we'll keep mentioning all the things he wears. I think we can do it.
Yeah, we'll do a Larry fashion check as we move through.
Yeah, that's good. So he's got an English accent now. He says, there's something very peculiar going down in this burg, Watson, and it looks to me like you're in the middle of it.
Yeah. So he knows who egged Kepler's car. He said it was the Boogeyman. And he's got it in for you, Fran. You're being framed. And then he holds a picture frame up over his face.
Classic.
Yeah.
In response, Francis gets up on a chair and addresses the whole cafeteria, pointing at Larry and saying, does anybody know who this guy is? But nobody can see Larry.
Yeah, they all sort of laugh and mock.
They laugh. Yeah, they laugh because they're like, ha ha, she's clearly having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And Francis is called to the principal's office.
Yeah. Now, they've got evidence that she might be behind this because her middle name is Bacon.
I also
starts with a B.
just have to say that the principal has no fewer than 4 massive tigers painted on his wall. Like in sort of different paintings in different styles.
Yeah.
I think the school team is like the tigers or the what.
Yeah, no, I think it must be because they had that tiger statue earlier as well.
But it's still very odd. And
well, I didn't really notice because the principal's face is mostly bee stings because of the terrible bee attack that he was subjected to earlier.
So the principal's there. So is Kepler, the biology teacher, and so is a school counsellor. The principal and Kepler are giving Francis the 3rd degree over all of the pranks that are happening.
Yeah.
In desperation, Francis says, look, there's this boy, he's been following me around, and he says his name is Larry Houdini.
Yep. And then Larry goes past the door. Larry Houdini fashion check. He is dressed in full ice hockey gear, including rollerblades.
Yeah. He sort of like slams heavily into the door frame.
Mm-hmm.
Francis shouts, there he is! And runs after Larry, chases after him to a sort of weird piano jazz backing.
Mm-hmm.
She chases him into the music room, and he's in there, and he says, hide in the bass drum, and then sort of rolls around like a kitten on the top of the grand piano.
He explains why he's here. The reason...
What is going on?
The reason... He heard a voice in his head telling him to come here.
Yeah, he says he was sent here by the same person that puts catchy jingles in your head. And Francis says, you mean Barry Manilow?
Look, DCOM writers, I know it's hard to know what kind of music young people like.
Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow. This is
you can try harder than this. It's 1999.
Barry Manilow's music is timeless. Kids will still love it.
14-year-olds in 1999, they're grooving to the great sounds of Barry Manilow.
Yeah, they just love it.
I'm a real teen.
So the teachers run into the music room. They catch up with Francis.
Yeah. Let's see you get out of this one, she says, of the situation she's already seen play out the same way twice. How will it play out this time? The same. They can't see Larry and he's vanished.
Let's have a clip of this because I want audio of the saxophone thing.
Oh, the saxophone is so good.
There he is, Larry Houdini.
I think this joke has gone on long enough, Francis.
What are you talking about? He's right here. He's playing the saxophone. He's moonwalking.
I'm going to have to call your parents.
That saxophone bit is so choice.
Fashion check. He is wielding a saxophone and sort of like doing the running man on a table. He's moonwalking.
He's moonwalking on a saxophone. He's playing the saxophone and moonwalking, and the camera just swings to reveal exactly that. It's so good.
She looks back, he's gone. She looks back again, he's back. Fashion check, he's wearing a marching band outfit.
We are half an hour into this film. Do you know what it's about? Because I don't. So yeah, he's dressed as a band leader, but this time he vanishes and Francis can't find him. Mom is called in to talk about Francis' behaviour. The school counsellor lets slip a bit of backstory, which is that Darwin, the little brother, had leukemia, hence receiving a bone marrow transplant from big brother Bert. He's doing better now, we find out, and there's sort of hope that he's completely...
Yeah, he's in remission.
He's in remission, yeah. Out in the corridor, Frances is lying with a flannel over her eyes.
Yeah.
When suddenly... in something...
The Silent Hill air raid alarm starts playing.
Pyramid Head drags his enormous sword down the corridor. What happens is no less frightening and memorable. In a scene that I'm sure every child who saw this at the time has thought about every night since.
Every time they close their eyes.
Yeah. Everything goes dark. The corridor fills with pink smoke. A stuffed toy tiger turns its head slowly to look at her, and the clawed hand sort of claws its way towards her, and we hear a horrible voice say,
"Can Franny come out to play?"
This is exactly a Nightmare on Elm Street thing. It's the person trying not to fall asleep, and then suddenly smoke starts billowing out from under their bed, and they're like, "Oh no, I've fallen asleep. I need to wake up in the real world."
How did... I don't want to criticize, because I think this movie is good, but how did they think this was going to be received?
How do you not scarily film like a monster hand grabbing someone in their dreams?
That's the thing. It's not like on the page, this is horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the script must have said something along the lines of, we see a clawed hand moving towards her, and then there's the line of dialogue, can Franny come out to play?
Mm-hmm.
How can this be made?
There's no... I mean, all right, let's take the claws off the hand.
Yes?
Still just as scary. A human hand comes out from underneath the bench.
This almost feels like a kind of spell that freezes us situation, but can you imagine a reading of the line, can Franny come out to play, that isn't
unbelievably sinister?
Hang on, let me just hang on. I'm no actor, but let me all right, I'm Franny's I'm Franny's friend. I'm just one of Franny's friends. And I'm like, hi, Mrs. Franny, can Franny come out to play? Was that weird? Was that creepy?
Yeah, that was unbelievably creepy.
Oh, well, yeah. Is it because I don't know Franny and I was talking like a child even though I'm an adult?
Yeah, you're a man in your 30s.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, let me try. Let me try.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Okay. How was that? Was that?
Yeah, that was good. I think if I was directing this film and someone had just said that, I'd be like, I'm excited to include this in this children's media.
This children's film, yeah. Just, oh God, I'm just imagining that. And that Wikipedia page that you read earlier where you were like, they had some calls afterwards.
Yes.
Like, the idea that they would be surprised by this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Well, I don't see the issue. What were they scared about?
What bit? Was it the eggs? The eggs landing on the car?
Eggs? That's just,
dogs on the roof.
It's not going to happen to their car. It's just a bit of fun.
Fanciful, just a sort of fanciful prank. Yeah. What, they didn't like the Can Franny come out to play hand claw attack? I don't know what to tell these parents.
Yeah.
Except that the Millennium Bug is about to rear its ugly head and they're going to need to be prepared.
Well, at least they know about leukemia now and the fact that they could get it.
Yes. So, that's good.
So good.
All good stuff.
Yeah, so back at home, the mum and dad are sort of worrying about Frances. They think, like, she might be behind these pranks.
Yeah.
The mum starts to suggest that someone is controlling the minds of children using the television.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
So, the brother Bert sort of walks in and turns on the TV.
And then I feel like I have to talk about, what the dad is doing in this scene.
Okay, fine.
He is dusting a big plastic fly and placing it and other toys in a green bucket.
Yeah.
What the It's not, I thought, but is he just tidying up his kid's stuff? But he's dusting everything before he puts it in a bucket. And you don't tidy things away into a bucket.
No. Again, it's this,
And this plastic fly is, the size of a house cat. It's like, that's not a toy. What? Ugh.
It's so surreal, and it's I don't know what it's supposed to be evoking, but it's just this whole film is like you can't settle into it. It's always constantly like shifting and moving, and you can't get comfortable.
Yeah, you can't focus on it. It can't be caught on conventional film. Oh man, yeah, it's so bizarre. But yes, so Bert does. They're like, what?
Bert walks in and turns on the TV, and then they all yell at this hero bone marrow donor.
Yeah,
for like daring to watch TV.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think if I donated the bone marrow that saved my younger sibling's life, I probably wouldn't worry about if I was allowed to do anything around the house or not.
Yeah, definitely.
From that point onwards.
I'd be like, I think I'll watch TV if that's all right.
Yeah. Oh. But Bert does reveal that everyone at school thinks that Fran is the ringleader.
Yes. So, up in her room, Frances is on her computer. Mm-hmm. And she says, it's got to be mass hypnosis. That's the only explanation. Then she spots on the carpet near her bed little bits of flour. It's the same flour from the garden display, the one that says Joe, Heart, Bert.
Yeah, flowers. They're kind of yellow flowers.
Yeah. She's then jump scared by her little brother Darwin, who comes in and asks, are you sure there's no boogeyman?
Yeah.
And he says that a big boy told his friends about the boogeyman, and the big boy was called Larry.
That's right.
And Frances is like, Larry? What did he look like? And Darwin says, I don't know. They said he was playing basketball, but I couldn't see him. And then Darwin sort of drifts back out the room. It's so haunted.
Yeah, Darwin drifts back out of the room. And you're like, well, that was a little unsettling, but at least it wasn't too scary.
Yes,
and then the film's like, F you, and two monster hands like plunge out of a mirror and try to grab Franny, but she doesn't see.
It's wild. This is what I'm talking about, like a sort of fake out, pretend fun jump scare where it's like, oh, it's the little brother, boom, boom. That's, that's playing with genre. But yeah, that's what they do in Phantom of the Megaplex sometimes. But as Frances leaves the room and two clawed hands shoot out of a mirror and try to grab and strangle her. It's just
a brutal jump scare.
It's just brutal horror. It made me jump. It made me really jump. And I have seen this film before, and I'm an adult. I can only imagine the sort of enormous reverberating thud as like a million Sunny D bottles fell from hands at the same time and sort of like spilled freely into the carpets of America.
I can't imagine like having seen this as a single digit aged child. I'd be messed up for life. Yeah. So, okay, at the park, Larry is there playing. She's like, I'm going to go to the park and see if Larry's there. He is there. He's playing basketball.
Fashion check. He's wearing a karate gi.
Yeah. He's screaming, doing karate, dancing. She's mad at him for making him think that he was an imaginary person.
He takes a shot at the basketball, misses, then leaps around, high kicking, going, woo, and he scores, even though he hasn't scored.
I love that.
Yeah, it's so bizarre. Yeah.
So she wants to know why the kids in the park could see him. And he says, those were little kids. They can see what they want. And then he goes, monkey bars, and runs off and starts doing the monkey bars.
Yeah. So he's sort of leaping around on all the playground equipment. Then he seems to receive some kind of radio transmission in his head. It's audible. It's like, but then it stops. And then he leaps up onto a pull-up bar and slowly rotates up into the sky until he's upside down.
Yeah.
And then he, at this point, my notes are just a sort of a flavourless, just sort of sentence by sentence description of what happens. Because
that's all you can do with this film.
Then while still upside down, he turns to ask Frances if she has a library card. Now they're at the library. They walk past a table of toddlers watching a Storytime VHS of some kind. All the children can see Larry and are pleased to see him. Larry can't find the book he wants. Frances says, why don't you look it up? But Larry says the voice in his head just told him that he needs a book.
Yeah.
And then he finds it. The book is Le Livre de Boogie by Guy N. Head.
Dedicated to Larry.
Yeah.
That's right, it's the boogie book.
Then the librarian shushes the little kids, which Larry takes personally because next he leaps around on their table, sort of capering and cavorting to their infinite delight, and teleports around magically.
Yeah.
And then he leads them in a song, and then he does 100 backflips, and then he removes his karate gi.
and he strip teases into a train engineer's
outfit, while imitating the librarian's shushing.
And then suddenly he's hosting the VHS Storytime video.
He says, here's Larry.
It's so scary.
And now he's dressed as a knight.
Yes.
Yeah. I've written in capitals, is this film really happening? This was the sort of point
I've written in capitals, there's a lot going on.
I pause Disney Plus and get up and sort of check that all of my various detectors are working. And there's not a gas leak in my home. It's a while since I changed the batteries. Maybe we should, I might just go check the oven and stuff.
Just going to pinch myself hard. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, wait, all the dolls in my house have turned to look at me.
We are now 35 minutes in. 35. But that's like, Francis doesn't even notice this happening. I don't know.
It's so... Okay, so he opens the book, the Livre de Boogie, the Boogie book.
Yeah.
To chapter 2, 50 Ways to Bust Your Boogie. He reads about what's going on, and he says that the boogeyman comes from under Frances's bed. She says there's nothing under there. And he says, well, have you looked lately?
Yeah.
So let's go and look right now, says Frances. So they go, and she turns, and he's vanished.
Yes. Also, quick side note, while Larry's reading from the book, and he's reading like different ways to bust your boogie, he reads a little bit of boogeyman lore for you here. He says, if we had a thermonuclear device, the boogeyman would be toast. So, boogeyman vulnerable to nuclear weapons.
Yeah. If you're noting down the boogeyman's weaknesses, listener...
Yeah, one of them is nuclear weapons.
Okay, so Fran goes up to her room at home. She's looking under her bed, and then she hears some sort of groaning sounds. She goes to look under there, and suddenly she's jump scared by Larry, who, fashion check, is dressed as a sultan. He's reading the book and says there's a thing called a temptrifuge.
Yes.
Is what I think it is. Disney Plus subtitles called it a temporal fuge, which it isn't.
Yes, temporal fuge. Although I've read interviews with the director where it's written like it's said in the film, like temptrifuge. So I think we should go with how they say it. Temptrifuge.
Yeah. So this temptrifuge can make a boogeyman harmless, apparently. He thinks he can make one. There's diagrams in the book.
Yeah, it's like blueprints, like sort of Victorian blueprints. It looks like a kind of steampunk recipe for making a like marvelous diving bell machine or something.
Yeah, exactly. But then Darwin walks in, and Larry recognizes him, but Darwin can't see him. So Larry is trying to get Darwin's attention, but he can't see, and then he leaves, and Larry shouts, "Why won't you be my friend anymore?" That's right. Larry was Darwin's imaginary friend.
Yes, that's right. And this is the tragedy of Larry. He's doomed always to lose all his friends.
Yeah.
He doesn't know why Darwin has forsaken him, though. And then Frances says, well, it might be because I told him a long time ago that it's childish to believe in imaginary friends. Mm-hmm. Well, Larry goes ape.
If you thought your fun pal Larry was your kind of anchor in this film, kids.
Yeah. Imagine if Aladdin said something unknowing that it was the thing that makes the genie furious.
Yeah.
And then the genie's eyes turn green and purple and he advances menacingly on Aladdin. Because that's what's happening in this film.
The genie slaps Aladdin hard across the face.
So Larry's eyes go green and purple and he sort of like, he kind of like storms towards Frances. He screams, "You did it!" She tries to reason that Darwin needs to believe in rational things, like his doctors that helped him.
Yeah, he needed to grow up and face reality because of his serious leukemia issue.
That's how you stop being afraid, she says. Yeah. But then the argument gets personal.
You wanted to help him? Then why didn't you give him some of your bone marrow, huh?
I wanted to help him, but the doctor said Bert was the only one who could do it.
I bet that was a relief.
No, I wanted to do it.
Safe!
Larry!
No, don't pretend with me, Fran. I know all about pretending.
Now, annoyingly, I know all about bone marrow because, as Mom Can't Cook Extra Helpings subscribers will know, patreon.com/extra helpings, there was an episode of So Weird that we recapped on the bonus episodes about bone marrow donation.
Yeah.
And I tried to fact check that episode and found that it was factually woeful. But it means that I also know that it's pretty unlikely that someone in your immediate family is going to be a match for bone marrow donation.
Yeah.
Darwin was very, very, very lucky that even Bert could do it. So you really, really can't blame Frances in this situation. Like it was always really unlikely that Frances
he's not blaming her that she can't do it. He is shaming her for her relief that she couldn't do it.
Yes,
that he imagines.
I suppose so. But I do think the film tries to position it more like she didn't have to even think about doing it because Bert was really brave and put his hand up first and was like, I'll do it.
Yeah.
But like, you know, even if Bert could do that, and it would be more likely that Bert wouldn't be a compatible match. But anyway, I feel like this is the only other time, apart from that bonus episode, that it's going to be useful for me to know all of this about bone marrow, probably. So
it's a really ugly, like, harsh scene.
It is, yeah. Especially because, like, as you were saying, Larry is a sort of, like, fun-time character.
Yeah.
And he is fun, and he's really charismatic. And also, like, Frances is quite nice and charismatic.
Yeah.
And, yeah, they have this really...
Just having this bitter argument.
Bitter and really personal argument that is, you know, that is all about guilt and shame and, like, family illness. It's
horrible.
Weighty stuff.
So we cut to night. Darwin is sleeping, and Larry, fashion check, dressed as a cowboy, walks through his room.
Yeah.
In Fran's room, there's a sort of purple light under the bed, and smoke billows out of it. The dolls in her room all turn to look.
Yep.
Smoke cascades out of the window.
There's a hideous chuckling sound.
Yes.
The smoke seems to be sort of sentiently flowing out of the window. I guess they did this by, like, reversing the shot. I don't know. It looks awesome. Larry, who's in Darwin's room still, hears footsteps on the roof.
Yeah.
So he puts the covers over Darwin to protect him, because we have been led to believe by this point that that's an effective anti-boogeyman measure to hide under the covers. And he shakes Frances awake. He's fashion check, a firefighter now.
Yes.
And he says, the boogeyman is on the roof. The only thing, like, that slightly lightened this movie for me is how often it put my favourite ever Simpsons line in my head, which is, I don't want to alarm you, but there may be a boogeyman or boogeymen in the house. Which is just such a perfectly brilliant comedy line. Yeah, so I thought of that all the time.
So the boogeyman is on the roof. They don't see him, but then they see some Christmas lights fall down. Larry's like, I'm going up there. So he's on the roof, and he sees the boogeyman. He's doing something with Christmas lights. We see his back. Fran goes and gets a ladder, but then Larry steps on a bulb, alerting the boogeyman. Yeah. And we do finally, he turns and we see him, and he is absolutely terrifying.
We get our first full glimpse.
Yeah.
How have you tried to describe it? I'm interested to know.
It's interesting, actually, like, based on what you said earlier. My note here, which I'd forgotten I wrote, says he looks like a Dracula who hasn't had blood in a month and is starting to revert to a feral state.
Okay, that's good. I've written down, like the Green Goblin from Sam Raimi's Spider-Man, but made of organic matter.
Yeah, that's good.
So, like, no metal, just flesh. Or, like, Jareth the Goblin King from Labyrinth came back as a zombie.
Yeah.
Like, there's big hair. The Regency wear, like, this kind of very sort of ornate and floral, but, like 1,000 years, like, all decayed and rotten clothing.
If Baraka from Mortal Kombat went to a party at Louis XIV's house.
Yeah, okay. That's the vibe. Good. Yeah. It's just horrible. So, the boogeyman sees Larry and entwines him in Christmas lights with a sort of wave of his hand and powerful magic. And he speaks. He speaks in rhyme. That's his thing. Maybe they thought this would make it less scary.
Fun and exciting.
It's nice of you to hang around, but you'd be safer on the ground.
Oh, it's the kind of scary. Don't you think so, Larry?
Do you see a friend?
Brandy. It won't be long until she can see a boogie just like me.
Larry! Do you see a friend? Do you see him?
And you'll see that new boogie too. Inside of the mirror. It's you.
Friend!
So, what you possibly couldn't get from that bit of audio is that while Larry is like kind of dangling off the roof, the boogeyman holds up a mirror to Larry, and Larry sees that in the mirror, in his reflection, he too seems to be a boogeyman.
Yeah, it won't be long until she can see a boogie just like me, says the boogeyman. So Larry falls off the roof.
Yep.
A Santa falls off the roof and lands on Fran. The ladder she had goes crashing through the parents' window, breaking it. A blackout plunges the city into darkness, and then Christmas lights come on all over the family's home. It's the only thing lit up within like a 10-block radius.
Yeah.
Look around and you will see blackout starts with a B, says the boogeyman.
Accurately.
Correct.
He's not right. I tell you what.
Can't argue with that.
Not wrong. If he's trying to pin it on Frances, why doesn't he put an F everywhere?
That's a good point. It's too vain.
Yeah.
It's like, started to do the F, and then was like, "Oh, I'm going to fill it in." Do a
yeah,
B.
like a too proud serial killer. He had to leave his calling card.
Sign his work.
Yeah. So Frances is in trouble. The whole family is. The next day, the dad goes to get the paper, and the Middlesbrough Tribune is running the headline, "Pranksters Light Display Suspect," with a big picture of their house.
That's probably not the headline I would have gone with.
No, probably not.
Pranksters Light Display Suspect.
Pranksters Light Display Suspect. But news vans are there. Helicopters circle overhead. The family is being mobbed by the media.
A reporter shouts, "Is this a political statement?"
All the dogs on the roof. I think it's pretty clear.
The dad yells into the phone, "If you want to know about our family, visit our website."
Which is such a mistake, because they probably will do that and then know all about your family. Okay, so I don't understand what happens next. Obviously, there's a lot in this film I don't understand, but this is, maybe you can help me.
Okay.
So the dad is furious.
Yeah.
He's really angry at Frances, and Mum says, "Just Michael." As in, she says the word "just." The subtitle is "just ... Michael." And the dad drinks a cup of orange juice, and he's so enraged that his teeth are rattling on the glass.
Yeah.
Now, is the mum trying to, like, calm him down? Is that how you read this? Or
I guess so. It's not really important. It's just another, like, totally pod person reaction to something.
Yeah.
And then the family are like, "We're going to go out for a drive," but Frances stays home. So they just remove themselves from this situation.
Yeah, which, fine. So Frances steps out and finds Larry in the garage. Fashion check.
Yep.
He's a mechanic now. Larry asks Frances if she ever did anything to make the boogeyman mad. And she says that she doesn't think so. And they talk, and we get a little bit of Larry lore. So
he can't die. He never gets old. His friends grow up, they move on, and he finds new friends.
Yeah, which is fine, except Darwin still needed him, Larry insists. He is building the Temptrifuge. It's like a big Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. If you spin the clock, it creates a temporal fugitation impulse through a vacuum chamber. He points to a vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
That's not the same thing.
Frances says, "That's Dad's vacuum." And Larry says, "Your dad does the vacuuming?" Frances says, "Yeah, he likes to do the housework." And Larry says, "This is starting to get unbelievable."
Come on, Larry.
It's 1999.
He explains that the boogeyman has a tightly wound biological clock. That's why they only bother you when you're a little kid.
Yeah, this so...
And so the idea is that this Temptrifuge will age the boogeyman rapidly, and then he will be too old to boogie.
Yeah, which, fine. Although shouldn't they age the children rapidly if they want to stop the boogeyman? Because, like, do you know what I mean? It's like, the boogeyman's age doesn't seem relevant.
Well, no, because then he'll be too frail to boogie.
Right. Okay, so they just want to kill him. They want to age advance him until he dies.
Well, not until he dies, but until he's so frail that he can be easily killed.
Right, okay.
With like a hammer or something.
Yeah, just to throw a hammer at him from a distance.
Yeah, that's right.
That'll settle his hash.
Yeah. So Frances demands a demonstration of this Temptrifuge, and the film cuts into black and white.
Yeah.
And fashion check, Larry is now dressed as a sort of Frankenstein type scientist.
Yeah, it's like it's all in like B-movie O-Vision now.
And he's doing a sort of Igor voice.
Yeah,
like attach these to the thing, and we will create the. He's doing all that.
They
sort
all
of stuff.
said I was crazy at the university. He says, pulling a
Yeah.
switch. This film is so good.
He attaches jumper leads to a carton of milk. The whole thing explodes. The milk's gone bad, proving his hypothesis. Sour milk goes everywhere.
Yeah.
It's been fugitated, he says.
Yeah, because they've advanced time on the milk. So Larry goes to wipe milk off Frances, but he accidentally scratches her, and she sees that he has long monster claws, just like the boogeyman.
Yeah, really scary.
Really long,
hands.
scary claw hands. There's something strange going on with you, says Frances of her imaginary friend with claw hands.
Who's dressed like a scientist.
Larry is rattled, and when she's left, he looks at his hands in horror, and we see the claws grow really lengthy, like in real time, and he with intent picks up some secateurs to sort of, I guess, we don't see it happen, but I guess the implication is that he sort of
cuts off the fingers. I don't
cuts
know.
off his fingers.
Whatever the scariest option is, it's that.
Cut to bathroom.
Frances went up to wash the sour milk off herself, so she's had a shower. Larry is in the mirror. Fashion check. He's wearing a wetsuit and a snorkel.
Yeah. He's dancing in the mirror. Then
she asks, reasonably, how long he's been standing there in the mirror watching her shower.
Yeah. So he's sort of like dancing around in the mirror. Then he doesn't really answer her question. Instead, he like steps through the mirror into the room in what is a very effective,
really good practical
shot.
effect.
Yeah, really cool. So Larry says that the boogeyman may now potentially lay low for a while, having done a load of pranks and stuff. And Frances is like, what's wrong with that? What's the rush on us sort of, killing the boogeyman? Mm-hmm. And Larry, clearly a bit rattled, says, well, it'd be good to get it over with in case something bad happens in the meantime.
Yeah.
Consulting the book, Larry says that they need a substance called boogie goo, which
boogeymen love it.
Boogeymen love
lure
it.
him out.
It's like catnip for boogeymen. So
that's the plan going forward, is to make some boogie goo.
Yes.
It's at night now. There's a thunderstorm going on. The school counsellor is there at dinner. She locks eyes with Frances's mum and says to her, "That's a lovely little bust you have there." It's so weird. It's so weird.
And if you think that's weird, then Dad mentions that he has a PhD in solid waste management and just sort of like stares for seconds after saying that.
Yeah.
What?
It turns out that the guidance counsellor was talking about the haunted bust that looks at people.
Yeah.
So that's what that was about. Frances leaves the table because this film is mad and
she wants
everything
to leave it.
Yeah. She leaves the adults' company because being around them must feel like 1,000 ants are crawling over you at all times. But Larry is in the kitchen cooking up some boogie goo. The kitchen is totally destroyed.
Yeah, it's filled with smoke. It smells and looks disgusting. Larry lists all of the ingredients that go into boogie goo. It is many, many disgusting things, including weak old sweat. That's a requirement. He says he needed that, so he blended one of Bert's gym socks.
Yeah.
Frances says, wait, you did wash the blender out afterwards, didn't you? Cut to Dad back in the dining room, bringing out his desserts, which is some kind of blended dessert. And Mom is like, what's that smell?
It's so weird.
And so...
Okay, Mum goes into the kitchen. She smells the boogie goo. She sees all the carnage. Frances tries to claim that this is for home ec, and then she tries to pick up the container of boogie goo, but it's too heavy.
Yeah.
Mum decides that now is the time for a heart-to-heart.
Wrong.
They just want to understand why she's doing all these chaos pranks.
Yeah.
Maybe we forced you to grow up too fast, she says. Meanwhile, in the dining room, the guidance counsellor pulls a piece of gym sock out of her mouth and starts retching.
Yeah, it's so disgusting. It's
so
horrible.
disgusting.
It's like this kind of length of sort of...
Yeah.
Ugh. Gross.
So Mum leaves and Larry clambers out of the pot.
Like it's a Mary Poppins bag. It's that effect.
Oh, fashion check. He's dressed as a chef, of course.
Yeah, oh, yeah, of course. So he's covered in boogie goo, which is like this sort of thick purple substance. But what's this? He wasn't just hiding in there to hide. He's eating boogie goo.
That's right. He's loving it. What's going on? First the eyes, then the nails. Now he's loving boogie goo.
I'm not turning into a boogeyman, okay? Larry snaps at her viciously.
Don't go there, Frances.
Yep. Darwin leaves the dinner table because being there feels like 1,000 ants are crawling on you.
Yeah, and Mrs. Riedel, the guidance counsellor, is vomiting.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to look at it.
Darwin, as he walks past, he gets some boogie goo on his shoe, but doesn't notice.
Yeah. Luke, I don't know about you, but I have just been subjected to a series of horrifying images that have burned into my brain. Probably they'll stop me sleeping unless I can find some way of kind of calming myself down.
Something to calm you down after Don't Look Under the Bed?
Yeah, I know it's a tall order.
It is a tall order. There's only really one thing relaxing enough.
Okay, but there is one thing.
To cover that off.
What is it?
There is one thing, and it's the timeless pleasure of assembling one of Ravensburger's extraordinary jigsaw puzzles. That's right, you love a jigsaw, don't you, Andy?
I do love a jigsaw, yeah.
You know that they're very soothing to do, they're lovely. First you sort out all the edge pieces, then you Well, I don't need to tell you how to do a jigsaw.
Yeah, it says on the box, probably.
Here's a cheat code. Do the edge pieces first.
Here's a tip.
Yeah.
The picture you're trying to make, usually on the box.
Yeah, you know what? Just look at that.
Yeah.
Don't even need to do the jigsaw if you just look at that.
Just cut that out. Put it on the floor.
Yeah.
And tell everyone it was a jigsaw you did.
Cut that out. Use scissors to cut the box in half. Place it back together. Jigsaw done.
There you go.
But if you did that, you wouldn't get all of the soothing benefits of doing a puzzle.
Right.
You wouldn't get the mindful moments. You wouldn't get to immerse yourself in a world of captivating colours, stunning imagery, and the intricate designs that will delight people of all ages, and that are, dare I say it, the hallmark of Ravensburger's extraordinary puzzles.
That's right. Regardless of your preferences or skill level, you'll find a jigsaw puzzle that suits you perfectly thanks to the wide range of imagery, themes, and piece counts available. Start small and work your way up to over 40,000 pieces. Are you up for the challenge? Shop Ravensburger on Amazon today. All right, here we go. I'm putting in the pieces, and it is a terrifying boogeyman. The picture. Yeah, I was hoping something a bit more relaxing, but no, this will haunt my.
Yeah, it's from Ravensburger's Boogeyman collection.
Yeah. It's moving actually. It's sort of mouthing my name and sort of drawing a fingernail across its throat.
Oh.
I didn't know they did animated ones, but yeah, this one is.
Wow, like lenticular. That's cool.
No, it's actually climbing out of the jigsaw puzzle now.
Oh, wow.
And, okay,
that's
great.
amazing.
I'm gonna.
How are the colours? Captivating?
I am being captured. I'm being captured.
Now captive.
In a big net. Can you finish this up? I am actually being dragged across. Yeah, okay. Well, all right.
There he goes. There he goes. Boogeyman, give me a thumbs up if he's coming back. There was no thumbs up. All right. Shop Ravensburger on Amazon today. Frances finds Larry on the floor in Darwin's room, grunting and groaning.
You are turning into a boogeyman, aren't you?
What makes you say that?
Where did boogeymen come from, Larry? Is it in the book? If a child stops believing in an imaginary friend too soon, the imaginary friend may turn into a boogeyman. That's what's happening too, isn't it? Because I made Darwin stop believing in you too soon. Larry, I'm trying to help you.
Just go away, okay? You can't help me.
Don't say I can't help, okay?
Well, Frances checks the book and she reads that if a child stops believing in an imaginary friend too soon, the friend may turn into a boogeyman. It's happening to Larry now because of her making Darwin stop believing in him too soon.
Yeah.
Darwin walks in. Frances tells him to fuck off instead of mentioning Larry.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you be like, oh, Darwin, good. I've been meaning to speak to you.
Okay, remember I told you to stop believing in Larry? Well, I was completely wrong. Please believe in him.
Have you started?
Yeah, he's turning into a boogeyman right now.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
He's fine.
So she tells him to F off.
Yeah.
And so he leaves, and then we look at Larry, and he's the scariest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, so Larry, all this time, he's been sort of like huddled, like...
groaning.
Sort of behind the bed, huddled, groaning, kind of in the fetal position. And when he gets up, we see the kind of boogeyman-ized version of Larry.
He's got, Baraka from Mortal Kombat teeth.
Yeah. Well, how would you... they're like... it's that thing where, each tooth has a little sort of triangle indentation. It's like all his teeth are sharp molars.
Yeah, he's got it's like needle sharp, terrifying teeth, really long, pointy claws.
Yeah.
It's so scary, so scary.
Yeah. So Darwin was kicked out. Where Darwin went when he was kicked out is up to Frances's room. Mm-hmm. So now Frances is in Darwin's room. Darwin is upstairs in Frances's room. So then Larry hisses, "Do you smell something?" and starts crawling along the floor like a disjointed puppet.
It's like Sadako crawling out of a television.
Yeah, this is filmed in kind of like extreme close-up to Larry's face with a sort of fisheye lens almost. So he appears even more disgustingly malformed. Oh man, it's nuts. So he finds Boogie Goo and he starts licking Boogie Goo off the floor. He says to Frances, "You must have stepped in it." Frances is like, "No, I didn't." And then they put it together. Then, what's this? Darwin had boogie goo on him, and he's gone up to Frances's room where they believe a boogeyman lives.
In Frances's room, purple light and smoke are pouring out from under the bed that Darwin is sat on, and then hands shoot out from under the bed, grab Darwin's legs, and bodily yank him under the bed.
It's
in a scene that every child watching
will never forget.
Will have playing through their head as they go to bed that night, and every night.
Or maybe they won't remember it, but from that point on, nothing will be the same. Nothing will be the same. And it would take, only through a lot of counselling would they eventually sort of unearth what it was that changed everything. It is
utterly wild.
It's I think the thing that it makes me think of the most is the haunted clown in Poltergeist. I feel like that does a similar sort of arm extending, like under the bed drag kind of thing.
It's there's a bit in Drag Me to Hell by Sam Raimi where the sort of the old woman grabs the main character by the ankles and just sort of yanks her back through.
Yes.
Yeah, it's that kind of vibe. Yeah. I mean, just the things that we're comparing this film to.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm not comparing it to like Don't Look Under the Bed is a parody. I'm comparing it to as in to say that it's comparable.
It's a peer of these. Yeah, it's a peer of these films. It's like you mention it in the same breath.
Yeah, this film is not significantly less scary than Drag Me to Hell.
So they realised that Darwin has been yanked into the boogie world.
Yeah, there's no sign of him, just a shoe. He's under there, says Larry. You can't see him.
Yeah, Larry licks the shoe because everything in this film has to be unsettling.
Larry says Darwin's in the boogie world now, and with a grim expression goes to get his temperafuge.
Yep. Whenever they say Boogie World, Boogie Wonderland starts playing in my head.
A cover of Boogie Wonderland plays over the end credits to this movie.
I know. I've got like in all caps, oh my god, it's Boogie Wonderland at the end.
So, Frances is sceptical about Boogie World because she hasn't even seen the Boogeyman, remember?
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay. If there was a Boogie World, how do we get into it?
We don't. This job is for a professional.
Look, I am not going to sit up here and do nothing, okay? You have no idea how hard it was when Darwin was sick and I couldn't do anything to help him.
And you told him he should stop believing in me. You were a big help then, Fran.
Why are you being so mean?
What do you expect? I'm turning into a boogeyman, okay? Okay, Francis?
So Larry is he's losing it due to boogification.
He's coming apart at the seams here. Frances says that she's coming too into Boogie World, and Larry is like, no, what if I fully transform into a boogeyman while we're there, and then you become trapped with two boogeymen in the house?
Boogeyman or boogeyman?
Larry says that he's worried about her, and it's clear from this sort of fraught conversation that a friendship is developing between Larry and Frances.
Frances reveals that what he said about her being relieved when she realised she couldn't be a bone marrow donor, it's true, she says. She was scared. And Larry says, hey, Fran, real people get scared. It's perfectly logical.
Then Larry crawls under the bed.
Yeah.
Frances looks under the bed, and there's a sort of wobbly CGI hole in the centre of the floor under the bed.
The dad briefly comes in to talk to Frances. He asks if she put a gym sock in the blender. I'm not leaving here until I hear the truth about everything, he says. It was the boogeyman, says Frances. He's got Darwin under the bed right now and is the cause of everything that's been happening around here. The dad nods and then leaves.
He says, I think this is good. The dad says, maybe you would be more comfortable speaking with your mother about this. And he walks away. I just typed lol.
Okay. The transition here is really freaking good.
Yeah.
Frances goes under the bed and she starts crawling like on her front under the bed, and we get a shot of her doing that. And then the floor under her starts to become sort of rocky.
Yeah.
And then the orientation switches and she's climbing up a sheer cliff face, a sheer rock cliff face. Yeah. So it moves from her crawling under the bed, the camera swings 90 degrees and suddenly she's pulling herself up a cliff face. It's really well done and effective.
It's amazing. So she sort of crawls up this cliff and emerges in the most impressive set you've ever seen in a DCOM.
Oh, yeah, it's incredible. Like a blasted hellscape.
Yeah.
Larry is there, fashion check. He's dressed as Indiana Jones.
It's a sort of, it's like a kind of fantasy realm made up of like rocky islands. In the background, there's a huge castle looming. They're not going to go there. It's not going to be mentioned. It's just there, looking f***ing brilliant. It's like the end of. It's like a Castlevania opening cinematic.
It's so good, and like all around them are oversized toys.
Yeah. It's like a Tim Burton version of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Is
it's so
sort of frame of reference I have. Yeah, because like they're sort of technically under the bed, right? So it's full of like gigantic versions of kids' toys that would get lost under the bed.
Yeah. Larry has on his back the Temptrifuge. It's extremely large and unwieldy, and it's also has an extension cord, which is plugging it into the outlet back in Fran's room.
Yeah, in the real world. So he's sort of tethered to the real world by this power cord. Francis treads on a discarded peanut butter sandwich that is like an enormous wobbly crash mat, and it for some reason it writhes and grabs at her with flailing tentacles. Even though it's a peanut butter sandwich?
Well, yeah, because kids were probably not afraid of peanut butter sandwiches until this point, so we can't have that.
They probably got this film into the edit and were like, I think it's missing a bit where someone's grabbed at with flailing tentacles.
Yeah.
Is there anything we can do?
The writer looks over at his 6-year-old daughter. She's enjoying her favourite sandwich, peanut butter. He's like, not on my watch.
Not for long, you're not.
That's for long, motherfucker.
Change your f***ing tune. It's so... It's like the war on children. It's like deliberate.
What else do you love?
Don't Look Under the Bed is like the pretend movie that the villains would be making in a different DCOM and planning to broadcast it on TV to terrify
to destroy children's minds.
To terrify children to death.
Oh my God.
And the plucky heroes would like stop that from happening.
So good.
But here we just have to watch in its entirety the nightmare film.
So Francis asks if the boogeyman will hurt Darwin. No, says Larry, you're the one he's after. Darwin is the bait. And then he asks if she ever had an imaginary friend. And she sort of looks shifty and says, no, never.
But yeah, not very convincingly. They get to a big toy car that they're going to use to travel on. But they have to sort of push it up a hill to get started. So they push it up a kind of craggy outcropping. Then they hop on board and it rolls excitingly down through a twisting road surrounded by massive toys. I was super impressed because I thought for sure when they arrived in Boogie World that it was just going to be this one set. But they move through like several different scenes.
They have a whole green screen bit where they're going on the car. Yeah. It looks really good. The extension cord reaches the end of its length and Larry is yanked off the car backwards. So Fran continues and she crashes into a rollerblade.
The rollerblade is perched precariously on a cliff, like the bus in The Italian Job. She gets out in time, but the rollerblade sort of tumbles down into the abyss.
Into the endless abyss.
Just so that you know that there's an endless abyss sort of in play.
Just so you know, death is in all directions.
Yeah, everywhere. Could be a peanut butter sandwich. Could be an abyss.
She's okay, and she finds Darwin. He's tied up inside a sock.
Yeah, it's like it's a sock, but functionally for the purposes of the film, he's like tied up inside a bag, which is creepy and frightening. Larry is still there. He's sort of catching up. But he's sort of trying to pull the power cord. His transformation has gone another stage along, and now his skin is sagging and his hair is greying.
He's becoming even more boogified.
Boogeyman. So Francis starts...
A bunch of smoke starts like billowing out, and then...
Billowing out of the mouth of an enormous toy rat. And out of the mouth of this like building-sized rodent emerges the boogeyman.
Yeah, as terrifying as anything you've ever seen.
So Francis is like trying to untie this bag to save Darwin. She hasn't done that yet. And the boogeyman sneaks up on Francis. She's not seen him, but Larry has.
Yeah.
He picks up a glass eye that's nearby.
Okay, yeah, possibly even just a regular eye.
Yeah. And bowls it towards the boogeyman, and he shouts, "Bowling for boogies!" And the boogeyman is sort of tripped up by this ball and sort of spins around in the air and crashes to the floor.
Yeah. Larry attaches the jump cables for the Temptrifuge to the boogeyman.
Flips the switch.
Say goodbye. No! Gotcha.
Huh? What's wrong?
Your extension cord has come uncurled. And now you're powerless in Boogie World.
So there's no power. The cable came out of the wall in the real world. They're powerless in the Boogie Wonderland.
Yep. It's not really uncurled, which is the word the boogeyman... Like, your extension cables come uncurled.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't really curled. But I'm not quibbling. Fine.
It's got a rhyme, hasn't it?
It's got a rhyme. I'm too frightened to, quibble the grammar.
But luckily, Francis goes behind the boogeyman and pushes a big book over onto him.
So this huge book falls over and crushes the boogeyman explosively. Mm-hmm. And then Francis says, Larry, are you okay? And Darwin from inside the sock is like, who are you talking to, Francis? Because, of course, remember, Darwin cannot see Larry anymore because he stopped believing in him.
Yeah.
So Francis is still trying to untie Darwin. And then the boogeyman's hand is on her shoulder. But twist, the camera zooms up and it's Larry.
And then the other boogeyman bursts through the book and gets Francis in a net. And now Larry and the boogeyman have formed a boogie team.
Yeah.
The other boogeyman drags Darwin off, struggling in a sack.
Yeah.
It's the scariest thing I've ever seen again.
Yeah, so now, sort of to kind of plot this out visually for you, listener.
There's a lot going on.
We have two evil boogeymen now. The original boogeyman and boogeyman Larry.
Yeah.
Darwin is in a sock being dragged by the original boogeyman towards a cliff.
Yeah.
His plan is to throw the sack off a cliff.
Into the void we just saw.
Just to kill Darwin.
Yeah.
His plan is
There's no further purpose.
His plan is to kill him.
Yeah, to throw him in the cliff and then he'll hit the ground and die of it.
So, the boogeyman leans down and whispers into the sock, into where Darwin's ear is. It's scary to take such a long, long drop, but even scarier when you stop.
Christ!
Holy shit! So,
God.
Meanwhile, Francis is enwebbed in a net. The boogeyman trapped her in, and he handed that net off to boogeyman Larry. So Larry's sort of holding Francis in this net.
Yeah, she explains that she was scared. She thought if she was grown up, she'd be able to handle anything. And the boogeyman says, you don't get second chances to be young. But that's when she says, Darwin, if you still believe in Larry, clap your hands.
Darwin, can you hear me? Hey, Darwin, can you still believe in Larry? Clap your hands, okay? That's all you have to do, just clap.
Stop it.
That's it, come on, clap.
I believe.
Stop it.
Larry, I need you. Help me, please. Larry.
That's it, Darwin.
Larry.
Darwin.
I need you. I do believe. Larry.
I'm back.
That's right, Larry has deboogified. He's dressed in a full cowboy outfit now.
Yeah, he's cowboy again. What you didn't see there, listener, is that when he transforms back into normal Larry, the entire boogeyman body explodes off of him. He's been encased.
Yeah, in magic shell.
Yeah.
He just bursts out.
Yeah.
The thing is, right, kids, they've got very short attention spans. They're going to be in and out of the living room, going to get Sunny D and stuff.
They're probably going to be doing homework while they do
some of them will go to the bathroom. You need to have a mind-shattering, terrifying thing happen at least every 2 minutes. Otherwise, you might not get all of them.
Eisner's like, this Disney Channel thing's not really working, huh? What if instead of sort of funny jokes...
What if the government shut it down? Then we could claim on the insurance.
Oh my God, that's what's happening here.
What if they said we weren't fit to run the channel anymore?
Yeah. Then through no fault of it's the producers.
Yeah.
Then through no fault of our own, we would have to shut the Disney Channel down.
Yep.
And
the insurers,
the insurers would
have to pay out.
The insurers would have to see things from our point of view. Yeah, the director's like, okay, yeah, so we've got our sort of spooky fun thing. And Michael Eisner brings out a notepad and he's like, put this in it. Flips it up to reveal the most horrifying monster you've ever seen.
Hi, so I've got a consultant in here. He's got some great ideas. Everyone, this is Clive Barker.
Yeah.
So he's going to be contributing some of his great ideas.
This is a consultant I've hired. Michael Meisner.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, make it real scary.
Clive Barker walks in. He's like, could everyone be a sex murderer?
Yes.
Well, I mean...
No, that's fine. I suppose, Mr. Barker. Just Mike, Mr. Eisner, is this definitely the direction we're gunning for?
Eichel Meisner in the back with a big fake mustache. Yeah. I like the way this Barker thinks.
Hey, did you guys hear about Disneyland Paris? I hear it's the place to be. Yeah, that's definitely what's happening. Yeah, Eisner's trying to get fired.
With a nice golden parachute.
So Larry runs to grab Darwin's bag because he's back to normal now. He shouts, so he runs up to the boogeyman. He shouts, "That's my friend in there."
They tussle over the Darwin sock. Meanwhile, Frances finds a big 9-volt battery.
Yeah.
And she's sort of hooking up the centrifuge to this battery.
But it's going to take a little while. She's using a big paperclip.
Yeah.
And she's sort of putting it together, but it's a race against time because the boogeyman, the original boogeyman, is now throwing Larry around.
He grows his fingernail into a giant,
you say it,
impaling sword.
You say it,
and tries to plunge it directly into Larry's face. But luckily, he is able to maneuver a crayon in the way.
I'll say it then. He does this with the rhyme, "I hate to be the one to tell you, but it's not too late for me to nail you." And then his nail goes all big.
And then his nail grows big.
So he's about to stab Larry.
Michael Eisner's looking at this going, how have we not been shut down? What else do we have to do?
So he's about to stab Larry fatally through the eye or something. But then Larry starts sort of breakdancing.
Starts doing capoeira.
Yeah. It's effective for several seconds.
Like Eddie Gordo.
The boogeyman stabs blindly into the bag with little Darwin in it, and he's very nearly impaled. We get a shot from inside the bag of
through sheer luck. This blade coming through the wall of the bag.
What does this remind? What does this remind me of? I'm nearly there. I might be thinking of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade when the rhino horn is like stabbing up through the top of the train.
Through the yeah.
It's that sort of thing. So Darwin's nearly impaled. Then Larry does 100 backflips. Remember, that's the thing Larry can do. Backflipping away, grabs a big fountain pen and starts twirling it like a kendo stick, and then starts fighting the boogeyman hand to hand. And this is the best DCOM.
He's doing some like Killick from Soul Calibur moves with his big fountain pen. The boogeyman has like 2 big nails.
Oh my god, yeah. So it looks like Larry's got the upper hand. Then the boogeyman grows this extra nail in a scene that is exactly like the bit where Darth Maul fires up the second part of his lightsaber.
Second lightsaber.
But better.
But better.
The boogeyman immediately slices the pen in half and has trapped Larry and is ready to sort of push his long nails through his eyes or something.
Yeah.
But behind him, Frances has finally hooked this cable up to the big battery. She runs up to the boogeyman to distract him and clips the jumper cables onto his fingernails.
That's right.
And so that the sort of centrifuge is engaged. The boogeyman goes all old.
The boogie screams, turns into an old woman, forgets how to rhyme. It's like, "Oh no, Franny, please, no." There's explosions all around. And then suddenly he's back to being normal. "Your centrifuge didn't work," he said. It's not explained why it didn't work. It just didn't.
Didn't work.
Too
powerful a boogeyman.
Too good.
Yeah. So Frances, now she's got her courage. She's realised something as well, seeing this sort of transformation. And she says, "I know who you are. You can't scare me," says Frances. And then the boogeyman goes, "Really? Ah!" And then
the scariest thing in the world happens.
And then a frill of horrible tendrils fires up on his neck like a Dilophosaur. And it's horrible.
Oh my god, it's so horrible.
Zoe? Who's Zoe?
Only one person ever called me Franny. It was hard for me to admit it was you. I didn't want it to be my fault. I'm sorry, Zoe.
No!
So the boogeyman transforms and morphs into Zoe, a girl in sort of Regency French clothes.
Yep.
And Larry says, the boogeyman, a girl. And then the boogie realm sort of just dissolves and they're back in Frances's bedroom.
So Mum and Dad come in. We came to apologise, they say. Your father has just logged on to the internet news.
Yeah, that's right, he has.
And the same things have been happening in Centerville.
They think the same people are responsible. We know that you aren't responsible. We're sorry we didn't believe you.
Yep.
It's okay, says Fran, and they hug.
We're sorry that we didn't believe that you weren't responsible for 1,000 eggs falling on your teacher's car while you were in his biology class.
Yeah, or the bus being filled with 10,000 gallons of water.
Or putting every dog on the roof.
Yeah, or Africanized bees swarming your principal.
Frances, she'll been busy. But again, it's that thing. It's like, it's so unsettling that the parents don't believe her and like suspect her of this when she couldn't possibly have done it. But anyway, yeah, so we've met Zoe now. Larry has to go, he says. He's needed in Centerville. So they all go out onto the lawn outside the house. It's all really happy. Frances is really happy, but Zoe has some brutal news.
Sorry about all the trouble I caused. I didn't want to be a boogie. I just couldn't help it.
It's okay. Everything's all right, and we can be friends again, just like before.
You won't be seeing us anymore, Franny.
Well, you told Darwin you wouldn't go away.
She means we won't be coming back to see you.
No.
Only real friends last forever, like Joanne.
But I believe in you. I believe in both of you.
The time to believe is when you're little, like Darwin. When you still need us.
I don't want to lose you again.
You won't lose me, Franny, not as long as you remember me.
What's up, Fran? You know you're too grown up to have an imaginary friend, don't you?
Well, no. I mean, I can see you guys right now, and that proves logically that...
Excuse me.
So as is probably clear from the audio, Zoe used to be Frances's imaginary friend.
Yep.
She pretended she didn't have one, but she did, and she stopped believing in her when Darwin got sick because she felt like she needed to grow up.
Yep.
But
and Larry says goodbye to Frances, and they share a kiss. I've got a note about this kiss.
Okay, well, I've got a note about this kiss in that it's weird. It comes out of absolutely nowhere.
Right.
She's like, oh, my friends, you're leaving, and he's like, yeah, we are. Anyway, let's make out. And then she's like, what? And is just sort of really confused. And then he puts on sunglasses, clicks his fingers, Xmas lights come on. Just weird energy. Weird energy.
I found an interview with the director of this film.
Right.
On Entertainment Weekly, and I'm just going to read verbatim what's in that article. So as per Entertainment Weekly, the role of Frances's friend Larry was not written as a black character.
Oh yeah, we haven't mentioned Larry is a black man.
And when a black actor was cast, the director says Disney posed a question. What are we going to do about the kiss at the end? Quoting the director now, Disney was concerned about having a black boy kiss a white girl.
Oh.
They asked me to do it a couple of different ways, including not really at all. I fought for it. End quote. Eventually, the director says, Disney stepped up. Quoting again, the way it is in the film is exactly the way I had always intended to do it, end quote.
Okay, well that's good.
Isn't that is shocking to me.
I mean, it's shocking from Disney, and it's good from the director that he stuck to his guns and it ended up in the film.
Yeah.
It is, I mean, it's out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's not sort of teased. They don't have any kind of like romantic tension throughout the film at all.
I don't know. I thought they were sort of like brushing on each other a little bit. Yeah.
She spends the entire film utterly exasperated with him.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Fine.
I don't know. I thought, I ship it.
Okay. That's fine. Well, I'm glad they left it in if Disney were trying to get them to take it out.
I also, in the spirit of intellectual honesty, I should say that I did well up a little bit at this sort of ending scene when they say goodbye. I think it was nice. He snaps his fingers, the Christmas lights come on, and Frances Frances stares at them and she turns back and they're gone.
I'm trying to think of like a comparable relationship in movies.
Aladdin and the genie.
And
it would be like if before the genie left, he just kissed Aladdin.
You know, the one that jumped to my mind was if at the end of Shrek, Donkey and Shrek started kissing. Because it's just Doggy just annoying Shrek the whole movie, and then suddenly they start making out.
Suddenly Doggy's like, Shrek, I have to go now.
Shrek, and then leans in for a tender kiss.
I'm sorry, Shrek. I'm needed. I'm needed elsewhere, Shrek.
My heart will always be with you.
And then they share a kiss.
He sweeps him up in his hooves.
They share a kiss. Fiona looks on, smiling.
It felt a little out of nowhere for me, but I'm glad the director stuck to his guns and did the right thing.
Yeah, pushed for it, yeah. Yes, absolutely shocking from the Disney Channel. So, Darwin can't sleep. The film could end here, but there is like this little sort of epilogue scene. Darwin can't sleep. He comes into Frances's room. She says, don't be scared. The boogeyman can't hurt you. And Darwin says, because I guess we haven't frightened the children enough. Darwin says that he's not scared of the boogeyman because he saw how Frances dealt with him. He's scared of getting sick again.
That's right, kids. It could happen to any one of you.
Yep. And Frances says, well, have you talked to Larry about it? Darwin says, yeah, I did. And Larry said that you could help me. You could tell me how grown-ups keep from being scared. Frances thinks and she says, I guess they know that being afraid doesn't help.
Yeah, it's kind of like pretending you're not scared. Yeah. And pretty soon, you're not afraid anymore.
My anxiety-riddled ass could have really used this film in 1999. This could have
really?
But
because I feel like my ass would have been anxiety-riddled after seeing it.
I feel like if I could have just had this bit, it could have been a really sort of helpful thing for my worldview in 1999. But there's no way I could have seen this bit without having my mind shattered by every preceding scene.
By Clive Barker's DCOM.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, it would have been a net loss, certainly.
So she kind of teaches him how not to be afraid anymore. Yeah. He says it takes a lot of imagination to become a grown-up, and she says it sure does. Kisses him on the forehead, and then behind their pillows are the two imaginary friends.
Zoe and Larry watching over them protectively, and then they vanish. Fade to black, Boogie Wonderland plays over the credits.
So good. Boogie Wonderland. The children, their jaws slack, stare at the screen. They don't know what has happened, but they know that they are forever changed.
What I'm picturing is like Dad coming home from work. He opens the door, goes into his house. Boogie Wonderland is playing from the TV. A spilled bottle of Sunny Delight is on the floor, and his children are nowhere to be seen. He notices a sort of like trembling from like deep within a sofa cushion.
So yeah, that was Don't Look Under the Bed. And absolutely wild.
Absolutely bonkers.
Just every choice.
Yeah.
Is good. Bizarre in a completely different direction.
The director of this, who is called Kenneth Johnson, also directed the first Xenon.
Wow, they're so different.
They are so different.
I mean, that's range.
Yeah, it was written by Mark Edward Edens, whose IMDb credits include a lot of kids' TV, including, interestingly, the Beetlejuice TV cartoon.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty good.
So, like,
I seem to recall.
That you sort of, I don't know. I just noted that particularly because... But it's like... But these aren't... It doesn't strike me that this is a sort of production team specialised... It's like this production was cursed by an actual devil. By the actual boogie... It's like the actual boogeyman's hand is in this.
Yeah, it's like this film didn't have a boogeyman in it originally, but every time they tried to film normal scenes in it, the boogeyman showed up on the film later when they were editing it.
Like, all right, I guess, you know what would be easy?
I guess it's about a boogeyman now.
It's about a boogeyman. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, every frame of this film's got the devil's face in it. It's okay, we'll work around it.
Air it.
Not paying to reshoot this.
No way.
Work the devil's face into the film. But it's for children. I don't care.
No, this is good, actually. This is going to take a lot of the heat off Disneyland Paris.
Unfortunately, the devil's face appeared all over Disneyland Paris.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, no. Oh, what are the odds?
Oh, poor Eisner. What luck. What rotten luck.
What is causing this, he said. It can't be this cursed dagger I took from the tomb. So it must be something else. I guess we'll never know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. This movie is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with what I said earlier. This isn't my favourite DCOM because I love Brink and I love Motocrossed. So far of the ones we've covered, they're still my favourite.
Johnny Tsunami.
Yeah. For me, it's Brink and Motocrossed. Johnny Tsunami is third. I mean, I feel like maybe you would put Johnny Tsunami higher, which is absolutely fair. I love Johnny Tsunami. But I
just love those island vibes, man.
But I do think this is the best film.
It's like, it feels like the most competently directed, the most interesting visually.
It's accomplished. I would describe this film as accomplished.
It's got some really genuinely like inventive practical effects and scene transitions. There's in my notes I've written like this is good about 6 times when things have happened. And it's like genuinely, as a person who loves horror, it's got some really effective, creepy, unsettling psychological horror.
I'm glad you said that because I thought this movie was I thought exactly the same thing, but I don't consider myself an authority on the genre in the same way that I consider you. So I'm pleased that you. Yeah, no,
it's really well done.
Oh boy, would you like to hear something about horse hearts?
I would love to.
Okay,
yeah, what a nice change of pace.
Yeah, you know what? I'll read this email, and you tell me if you think it's more or less gruesome than you don't look under the bed.
Okay.
So this comes from Harry. Thanks for emailing, Harry. Listeners, if you want to get in touch with the show, you can do so by emailing us at momcan'tcookpod@gmail.com. Let us know your thoughts on anything, but especially on Don't Look Under the Bed. You know what, actually?
Please.
I would be particularly interested in hearing from anyone who watched this when they were a kid.
Oh, God, yeah.
If you can, let me know of what you remember, because obviously it would have been a long time ago. You know, what were your, memories of this film? What were your impressions then?
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. Anyway, Harry writes, in Ready to Run, you joke about Mr. Machado's insistence that a horse also needs a heart to win a race. As it turns out, heart is very important for a winning racehorse, as evidenced by beloved Australian thoroughbred Phar Lap, spelt Pharlap, if you want to look up Phar Lap, which I have done, and it's interesting, whose heart was twice the size of a regular horse's, weighing over 6 kilograms alone. He had an incredible record, coming first in more than 2/3 of the races he ever ran until he was poisoned to death by his owners in 1932 when they gave him a mix of cocaine and arsenic in an effort to make him run even faster.
Instead, they made him run as slow as it's possible to run because he died.
He's coming first in more than 2/3 of the races. How much faster do you need this horse?
Yeah, right.
Anyway, Harry says, you can visit his huge preserved heart at the National Museum of Australia, and his flayed skin is on display at Te Papa Museum of New Zealand. Typing it out, it sounds horrible, but Australia really does love this horse. There's even a question about him in our citizenship test.
They tenderly flayed his skin.
Lovingly flayed him.
Oh my God.
His hide is in the Melbourne Museum, his skeleton's in the Museum of New Zealand, and his heart is in the National Museum of Australia. It's like they've chopped up Dracula, like his body parts can't be allowed
can't reform.
Yeah, can't be allowed to be kept on the same continent.
Wow.
Oh.
Okay, great.
Yeah, so good. There you go. Phar Lap. Interesting Wikipedia read. Right, okay. Is there any other business we need to get onto? The next episode, if all goes well, should be the live recording of Tower of Terror, right?
Yes.
Our Halloween show, which at the time of recording we haven't done yet, but we will.
Yes, but we will, and you'll be able to listen to that next time on Mom Can't Cook.
So your homework for next time is, I suppose, the TV movie Tower of Terror.
That's right, based on the theme park ride, which is a lift that drops you.
Yeah.
How will they turn that out into a film, I wonder?
Poorly.
Don't need to wonder. Yeah. The answer is poorly.
All right. If you're desperate for more Mom Can't Cook and you just can't wait, you don't have to wait. Just go to patreon.com/extra helpings and you can get bonus episodes every fortnight of the podcast. Right in your podcast feed. It integrates beautifully with basically every major podcast app, including Spotify now. So don't miss out. Check it out. The gang. We're talking.
Go to patreon.com/extra helpings. We also have merch at momcan'tcookstore.com.
That's the one.
Check it out.
All right.
Get yourself a t-shirt.
Okay. I am off to try and get some of this Sunny D out of the carpet.
Yep. And I am going to check back under the bed because now I'm worried.
I'm going to take my dog off the roof. You've persuaded me.
The boogeyman is going to be wearing all my shoes.
You hope. That's the best case scenario.
That's the best case scenario. Worst case scenario.
Something involving tendrils.
The dog is full of tendrils and on the roof.
I earned my degree online at Arizona State University. I chose to get my degree at ASU because I knew that I'd get a quality education, they were recognized for excellence, and that I would be prepared for the workforce upon graduating. To be associated with ASU, both as a student and alum, it makes me extremely proud, and having experienced the program, I know now that I'm set up for success. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.